Hi, my name is Kristen Milstead, and I'm a blogger on the Verbal Abuse and Relationships blog at Healthy Place. I'd like to speak a little bit on the difference between responding to verbal abuse versus taking the blame for it. Sometimes when you talk about responding to abuse and you don't talk about just leaving people or staying away from people who are abusive, people may think that means you're saying, well, you're just accepting responsibility for it. But that's not really what I mean. Sometimes there are people that you just can't stay away from for whatever reason. Perhaps you have children with a verbally abusive person, or there's somebody in your workplace that's verbally abusive, or there's somebody in your social circle, or you go to school with someone who is abusive or says verbally abusive things, or maybe you just can't leave your abuser right now. So when I say responding to the abuser, I don't mean taking the blame for their abuse. I don't mean standing there and taking their abuse. What I mean is you are aware that this person, you are well aware that they are prone to make verbally abusive statements. And knowing that about them, you have set a boundary for yourself about how you will treat those statements. So when people make these statements, they are trying to get a reaction out of you in some way because they want to somehow control your behavior. So you decide ahead of time that you will not allow them to do that, and you will respond accordingly. So for example, somebody may make a statement and you've decided that you're not going to say anything at all. You're just going to ignore them. So somebody may send an email to you at work, or at school. Maybe you're in some sort of a peer group with this person. They may send some sort of condescending email to you, and you may just decide you're just not going to respond to it. It doesn't matter. You know how this person is. You're just going to delete it. That is going to be your response. You're not saying, hey, I think that's perfectly acceptable what this person did. I'm going to forgive this person. It's not forgiveness. It's not some sort of belief that this is acceptable what the person did. By deleting it and responding to it in a way that is basically a non-response, what you're doing is not allowing that person to control you. So that's what I mean when I say that the difference between a response versus taking some sort of blame for it. It's not allowing the person to control you with their abusive behavior. So that's it. Thank you for listening.